Hello everyone, and welcome back to Divine Rebel. My name is Racey, and I'm going to be giving the message for you today. It is a general message, so take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. If it doesn't, don't force it to fit. There are other readers on YouTube that just might resonate more with you at this time. For those of you not familiar with me or the channel, I do use profanity. I talk about adult things. I don't sugarcoat my messages, and I most certainly don't filter them as they're coming through. So, if that is not your thing, or you have children around or just don't appreciate that kind of a message, I respect that, and I'm always giving you the opportunity to sign off now. Otherwise, we are getting into the Matrix Breakers 2020 prediction. Let me clarify with you. What is a matrix breaker? Matrix breakers are those that resonate as star seeds, those that resonate as twin flames, those that resonate as light workers, and anybody else who is drawn to healing the collective, right? Believing that the world can truly heal and putting their time, energy, and focus towards that mission in some which way, shape, or form, no matter what your gifts are, talents are, whatever you resonate to or have a knack for, okay? Because everybody's skill set is different, and everybody's personal path, their authentic path, has a higher reason for being what it is. If you would consider yourself as someone who wants to be a matrix breaker, but you don't know how to break your quote-unquote program, I am going to be doing a video on Patreon, which my link is in the description, on how to break your karma. I'm going to be doing a video specifically for it. How to look at your birth chart, how to break your 12th house, how to understand your Plutonian energy, your Saturn energy, your Chiron and Lilith energy, all of that stuff, the triggers, so that you can get out of repeating cycles that are damaging to your authenticity. Okay, so keep an eye out for it. Getting into the overall theme, we do have master healing, seed of the heart, and a win-win outcome is forecast with the full moon in Libra. The full moon in Libra actually occurs on April 8th of this year, 2020, and it's going to be a super full moon. And April, as far as this forecast, is a beautiful month, so looking forward to that. All right, dealing with master healing. I wanted to read some from the book for you. I think it'll greatly benefit you, and you can take it how it resonates for you. It says, Master Healing. As you meditate, remain true to what inspires your heart and commit to your spiritual path. You become an increasingly powerful healer. You are here to live your own life, to be true to what genuinely moves you. The unconditionally loving guide and ascended master Serapis Bey comes to you now with a blessing of master healing to further your success on your path. The master Serapis Bey is a beloved guide for those who feel a strong soul connection to ancient Egypt, for healers who are developing their own modalities, and those who love to work with high-frequency concepts. He also assists with the translation of spiritual inspiration into practical worldly plans. He comes to confirm that the ascended masters are aware of you. You are an integral part of a powerful spiritual team that has taken physical incarnation to help awaken consciousness into love. You are asked to tune into your heart. What do you love enough to overcome any obstacle to attain it? What motivates and inspires you? Not what seems possible or practical, but what is authentic. We are most powerful when we serve authentically from the heart. A bird might learn how to dive underwater from time to time, but it is never going to be its most powerful if it has to live underwater. It would struggle to thrive if it were to force itself into such unnatural expressions of its life energy. The bird yearns to fly. That is its divine nature and purpose. You too have a divine nature and purpose, and your heart holds the clue. What feels most like you? It is difficult to access the truth of our own nature when we believe we should live up to the expectations of others. If we are attached to an outcome or afraid of an answer, we can unintentionally block our perceptive faculties, a spiritual version of sticking our fingers in our ears and shouting blah, blah, blah. The blessing of Serapis Bey includes his clear flame of divine cleansing light. This can assist us in letting go of whatever blocks us from knowing the truth of our nature. When we are willing to be who we are, the universe can more easily guide us to fulfill our destinies. Serapis Bey will help you see yourself truthfully. You may gain feedback from others that helps you understand the value of what you share. Or you may simply find it easier to view yourself objectively with a compassionate, appreciative, and discerning inner eye. As you learn and accept who you are, you become a more powerful vibration for masters to put to use in the plan of love. If you have a dream in your heart, know that it has been placed there for divine purpose. What you dream and desire contains the seed of divinity. Notice the seed synchronicities. It is meant to help attract your life mission and fulfill it with love, joy, creativity, and pleasure. If we are willing to go through what is necessary for an outcome, it will happen for us. The details may appear different from what we imagined they would, but the truth remains. If you ask for something and are willing to go through the process required to have that come to life, it will happen for you. The universe is that generous, unconditionally supportive and loving of you. It is your creative partner. It will provide you with all that you need to manifest your dreams, desires, and destiny. When we talk about the truth in the heart, we're not talking about a person outside of yourself. When we're talking about the dreams, the desires, and the destiny of your heart, what you're authentically drawn to, we're talking about what your soul feels best doing. The truth in your heart is what is authentically you and feels best to do and be. There's a special invocation for those of you who would like to receive it. It says, I call upon loving Master Serapis Bey and his master healing through the clear flame of truth and grace. I ask to know, in the perfect time and in the perfect way, according to divine wisdom, the truth in all matters of importance to me and my divine life journey now, including whatever other questions you may have. I ask to be lovingly shown my true nature, my deepest desires, and my most inspired dreams. Please help me know myself so that I know how best to live my divine destiny. May all beings on the path of self-knowledge be assisted and supported with unconditional love. Through my own free will and divine grace, so be it. And if you look at the image on this card, talking about matrix breakers, right? Understanding your natal chart, understanding your triggers, what pulls you into karmic patterns, what triggers you into your shadows and steers you away from your authentic path. The planets are on the cards. The planets are on the card. Serapis Bey is reading the Akashic record. This is the divine soul plan of your life. How you can undo not just the karma that you've endured and learned through reflection in this lifetime, but being able to undo the damage done in all of your previous lifetimes so that you no longer repeat it moving forward in this life or any other across all dimension, time, space, and reality. What you're going through, if you were guided to this reading, is the complete healing of your soul's lifetimes. Tuning into your authentic path, not buying into the limitations of the 3D world, not buying into the idea that something is impossible or too hard, but taking the steps because it feels good knowing that you see a vision of your life and what you are capable of coming into manifestation and moving towards it. Success was never meant to be convenient. It was meant to be achieved through authentic realization of the self. And this card is letting you know that this year is a fundamental year. It is the building of your foundation, your spiritual foundation, your authentic foundation, so that you can move forward in your highest light throughout the rest of this lifetime and ripple into the collective how you are best meant to serve it in the most effective and efficient way possible for everyone. And as I talked about the seed, right? I was talking about a seed. We did get the seed of the heart. The seed of the heart is within each one of us. And we could all be different seeds. If you think about seeds blooming into a tree or blooming into a flower or blooming into whatever, blooming into grass, we are all different seeds. And we are all meant to bloom differently. Whatever it is authentically that is in our heart, that light that is ours, is meant to grow, and it will. If you think about grass, right, or you think about weeds growing up in the middle of a sidewalk or a street, if something is meant to grow, it will grow. It will grow whenever it's meant to grow. It will break through. You will break the ceiling. You will cross the threshold. And your life will start to take off. And when it does, and you've tuned into that authentic light and you've recognized it, the ascended masters, the angels, archangels, your higher, your spiritual guides and guardians will protect you no matter what, because it's your time. You will be able to overcome any what seemingly insurmountable odd there is against you. The conditions for your growth as a soul in this collective are coming to the fore this year. The divine is literally building you the foundation of your life to succeed, should you so choose it. And if you're watching this message, I'm sure you are. When it comes to the full moon in Libra energy in April, this is about falling in love with yourself and allowing others that love that authentic you that you have fallen in love with to support you and commit to you, to following you, to resonating with you, to be inspired by you. That no matter what, it's encouraging you to find a balance within yourself, knowing that there are certain things that you are unwilling to compromise on, the integrity of yourself. And also knowing that if you are to achieve your mission, that there must be equal consideration and balance for others that are helping support you in the now moment, knowing that you understand the greater vision, that you can see and sense the future coming, and that you are willing to flow with the divine, however it would have you flow, to release all expectations and be able to handle things as they come with unwavering faith that the divine makes no mistakes. Everything happens for a reason, and it is to propel you forward, no matter what it is. Always consider yourself. Always know what you are not willing in yourself to go against. And consider whatever needs to get done in respect to others. Whether it's being there for them and supporting them and co-creating with them for the time being, or letting them go and releasing them because they're just not simply in alignment and they're not willing to accept solutions. Because if you and someone else are in alignment with the same path and there's some kind of issue or problem, then there is a solution to it. There's always a solution. It's being willing to look at the solutions there, that you don't have to compromise your integrity of self, nor compromise the integrity of someone else, whatever their path is. And that when there is no solution possible, then the parting of the ways is necessary because you're no longer in resonation. And when that happens, the win-win outcome is absolutely forecast. So, now getting into the tarot. I used my quadruple decks. I have 4 decks. I have Rider-Waite, I have the Botticelli Golden Tarot, I have the Wild Unknown, and Shadowscapes. And I've split them into 2 different decks for headspace, masculine energy within the self, and feminine heart space energy within the self. And I've pulled one from each deck for each month. And I've got the tops and bottoms of both. Getting into the tops and bottoms of those decks, of the masculine deck, we have the Hierophant on the top and the 8 of Wands on the bottom, both from the Wild Unknown. In the mind, and we have lightning on both of these cards. The truth, right? We have this key of truth, this lightning from the divine. These are divine downloads. This is spirit, like this resonates, go for it, trust in blind faith, trust where there is a will, there is a way, it will work out. And it is spirit coming in and telling you that does not resonate, something feels off, don't do it, don't agree, I don't care how much sense it makes. If it's not resonating, it is going against the authenticity of yourself. Trust me, you will understand in hindsight. Spirit is doing this to help you transform your life. The raven being on the card. It's a mystical animal totem, a guide that helps you connect with spirit through the unknown. And it is holding the truth. It is holding the key. Your inner guidance, your inner GPS that says, that makes sense, it feels good, I'll do that. Or that doesn't make sense, or it doesn't feel good, and I either need to ask more questions or let it go, is what that is. This is you getting really highly in tune with yourself. If you are in environments that don't feel good, if you're in careers or jobs that don't feel good, if you're in social dynamics that don't feel good, family situations, friendship circles, partnerships, doesn't matter. If it doesn't feel good, it is the divine letting you know that where you are is not aligned with your highest authentic path, and that steps need to be taken to remove the things that are not resonating. Because if they were resonating, they would feel good. Makes sense? With the secondary deck in the heart space, we do have the Ace of Swords from the Shadowscapes deck with the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords was on top and the Ace of Swords was on the bottom. Whatever deception is in the heart space, where you are deceiving yourself, even if it's telling yourself, maybe I'm not as special as I think I am, I'm just one little person in the world, that is a deceiving lie in the heart space. You may truly be the most powerful energy on the planet and don't even know it, because you were taught that's impossible, when of course all things are possible. The underlying issue with the Ace of Swords is that the heart space knows its truth beyond a doubt. Swans may be a synchronicity. Sparrows may be a synchronicity. Butterflies may be a synchronicity. Seeing orbs are synchronicities. Being drawn or resonating to swords and crossing paths with swords, that is a reminder of the divine, of your truth. If you're seeing feathers or synchronicities to any birds, the divine is letting you know you are special. You are authentically you. And it is time to start cracking out of the shell of your seed and sprouting, getting up through the soil from the darkness and emerging into your light, so that you can take in that divine nourishment and start to grow and bloom into your best version. The best version of you that you could offer the world, whether your role is seemingly small or huge. There's a reason, a divine reason, why you were guided in a certain way. It doesn't always have to make sense in your head, but it does have to feel right in your heart. That is your key to end self-deception and karmic cycles, no matter what zodiac you are. When you listen to how you feel, that truth key sets you free, should you heed it and trust it and act on it without hesitation, knowing you are putting yourself in the right direction by doing that. This is the overall theme of your 2020. Being able to fully trust in the authenticity and the guidance coming to you from the divine, and the recognition of your truth and your purpose here. As we get into the months, January, we have the Two of Wands in the reverse with the World. And these are beautiful cards. The Two of Wands in the reverse is about releasing stagnancy, making the choice not to stay stuck but to move forward, choosing a path to end cycles, karmic cycles, so that you can move forward into a new one with the World. January is a huge window, especially with everything going down between January 1st and January 12th. It's huge. Between the moon and the Pluto-Saturn conjunction with the Sun-Mercury conjunction and the Jupiter-South Node conjunction all happening at the same freaking time. It's an intense energy that's being released in your favor with understanding it. Old cycles are closing to move you forward in January. You're seeing it clearly. If you look at the World card, she has this incredible crown and she's looking into this big crystal ball. You're seeing the future, the bigger picture. And it's about taking little steps to get there. And you see the bird synchronicities are there. Got the sparrows there. Or swallows, whatever they are. Whatever kind of bird they are. And it's tons of heart chakra activation energy. Tons of heart chakra activation energy. Lots of growth. Lots of momentum. There's energy in this card. You're ending old cycles and moving into a whole new phase. That's the energy being gifted to you in January. As we move into February, we get the Justice card with the Two of Cups in the reverse. You may be dealing with a Libra or have strong Libra in your chart with the Justice card. With the Two of Cups being in the reverse, this is about the karmic scales balancing to release any soulmate situations, whether they're family, friend, work, whatever, that are not in alignment. The universe is going to remove anything that is not benefiting your authentic path. It's a blessing. If someone leaves your life in February, it's because they would have held you back from yourself in some which way, shape, or form. Because you either would have sacrificed yourself for them, or they would have either mentally or emotionally, psychologically manipulated you into thinking that you couldn't be what you were always destined to be. So the divine is coming in, and I just got pinged to Archangel Raguel, who is the Archangel of Divine Justice and Fairness and Balance, going to be working with you to help you remove whatever is keeping you from moving forward in this path, right? This new cycle that January gifted you. Certain people are going to be leaving your life so that new connections can start to be made. Because as we get into March, we do have the Sun with the Ten of Swords in the reverse. When I saw this combination fly out, I said, holy shit. If that's not fucking awesome, I don't know what is. The Sun is your authentic path. 100%. This is soul shine. This is complete understanding. If you haven't gone into an awakening yet, or you've been asking the universe, well, what is my path? What am I supposed to be doing? I have a lot of things that I'm interested in, but I don't know where to start because I don't have this or I don't have that. The universe is like, here, epiphany. This is your path. This is your way, because it removed everything in February that was keeping you from progressing to the next step. Once you have this complete self-awareness in March, ending Ten of Swords energy, ending betrayal of the self, ending self-sabotage, being in 100% full belief and confidence that you know what you're meant to be doing. In April, that full moon in Libra, we get the Ace of Coin with the Star. This is the proposal, the offer, the opportunity, the first step of your lifetime. Wish granted here in the 3D. As soon as you tune in and click with your highest self, and all of those karmic weights have been shed, the divine opens up this incredible window for you. A tangible offer in the 3D here for a brand new, solid beginning in full resonation with your soul's highest wish. The star card is the soul's wish. It was the soul's intention, your soul's intention coming here, what it wanted to achieve for the collective in this world to heal consciousness. It is helping you ripple. When you are in your highest light, and let me tell you, you are on cloud 9 with yourself. I don't think at this point you can even possibly believe how amazing you feel. And when we hit those energetic peaks, there is always going to be something that comes in to try and drag you or pull you back into your program, pull you back into the matrix, pull you back into your triggers, pull you away from your light. You're too bright. You need to dim. There's always something that says you're too bright. Well, we all know that's bullshit. You can never be too bright. Shine as bright as you fucking can. Don't stop. But when you reach that peak, come May, we do have the Devil card with the 5 of Cups. The Devil with the 5 of Cups. You're at your peak, and someone is upset. Someone is heartbroken. Someone needs your help. Save me from myself. Help me. Please, I'm at a low. I need your light. Whoever that person is for you, the divine is literally challenging you to listen to your heart space's resonation. I can logically help this person. I do feel for the predicament that they're in, but I'm not actually being guided to sacrifice myself for them. I'm not being guided to sacrifice myself for them. Being able to discern is going to be the biggest thing in May, because you're on such a high. You are on such a momentous path at this point. This is like someone jumping in the way of the train and asking the train to stop when it's going full speed. Because your train is moving full steam ahead, and someone jumps on the tracks and says, please stop the train. Help me. And you're going to have to discern. I'm already being told to tell you, like, don't even stop to let them get on the train so you can keep going. They're going to slow you down. Do not let your momentum stop, because at some point you're going to have to stop the train again to let them the fuck off. They're going to have to create their own train, their own authentic train. They're not hitching a ride on your authentic light. They've got to create their own. This is being able to tell someone no matter what kind of pressure they're under, if they have their feet to the fire, if they're depressed, it does not matter. Refer them to the best help that you can refer them to. But do not stop what you're building. That is the challenge for May. As we get into June, we have the 4 of Wands with the Ace of Swords, which means you know damn right well you are in complete alignment with yourself, with stability, and you are holding that sword of truth. Amen. You bounce right back. Whoever that energy was in May, you've completely stopped it dead in its tracks. Completely stopped it. Plowed right through and kept on going. The 4 of Wands has so much beautiful energy. These are unicorn gazelles. Gazelles as a spirit totem are able to make leaps and jumps at incredible speeds changing directions at the drop of a dime as they're guided in order to dip and dodge anything that would threaten them. The sun is in this card. Fairy medicine is in this card. Roses, symbols of love, of self, are in this card. And you are choosing yourself because the heart knows the truth and you're in alignment. You're absolutely in alignment. It's beautiful energy. I'm just kidding. It's beautiful energy. As we move into July, we have the Hermit and the Temperance. So you could be dealing with Virgo, Sagittarius, or someone with strong energies like that in their charts. This Hermit card, if you look, he is vulnerable. He doesn't have clothes on. He's cloaked in the trust and faith of the divine. And he has an open book. And he's picking up a piece of paper off the ground, like the missing piece to the book, like he found it. When you go and take the time to go within, just like Master Serapis Bey was talking about meditating, when you take the time to meditate and recenter yourself, the hermit energy, taking the steps alone within the self in your own time, mind, and heart to understand what you're feeling. Temperance energy comes in to alchemize it and bring it to balance so that you can see the next step forward. These are two major arcana. It is very important in July to take time for yourself and self-love, to process and feel your next step. This is not a month for action. This is not a month for doing anything that is out of your resonation. And if all you're guided to do is relax, if all you're guided to do is enjoy yourself, if all you're guided to do is listen to your inner being, then you do that. In August, we have the Six of Pentacles with the Two of Swords. The divine, which is how I'm reading the masculine energy at the top of this card. The divine is coming in from above. And it's raining beautiful liquid light and coin. And on the coin there's pentacles, right? Symbols of protection. And the way I'm picking it up is the divine is protecting you, truly. Watering this beautiful seed of yours. And you might be blind. You might not know which way you're going. You might not know your next step before you take it. Before the step to take is right in front of you. You might have to make quick decisions. And trust yourself. The divine is giving you all the means necessary for whatever it is you need. Nothing more or nothing less. It is giving you plenty of everything that you need. Plenty of money for what you need. Plenty of light and protection and emotional support for whatever you need best to grow. And it's challenging you to trust the unknown. The unknown that you cannot see in making decisions. The divine, your gut instinct, it will never steer you wrong, ever. Do not make excuses to accept something that is against your resonation by logically reasoning it into your experience. Trust your heart space in blind faith. In August. In September, we have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse with the Hanged Man. And in these energies, because the Five of Pentacles is typically about feeling abandoned or left out, and it's in the reverse. The cracks in that healing are being healed. They're being healed through reflection. If you look at the Hanged Man, there's an ankh hanging from the tree. The tree itself doesn't look very lively. And so you're like, okay, how have I abandoned myself if it doesn't actually feel good to be in this lifeless tree, right? If the tree deserves to bloom, if it deserves to have its nourishment, if it deserves to be lush, right? And plentiful and abundant and beautiful. You're like, okay, where did I get myself stuck? What did I do that didn't resonate? Well, maybe it'll work out. Oh, I'll just see. Let's just try it. But something in there was, if it's not a fuck yeah, if it wasn't a hell yeah, fuck yeah, I'm in, why did you choose it? The divine's going to have you reflect. The divine's going to have you reflect to help you release these fears of not knowing what you're doing or trusting what you're doing, that you would abandon the self, blindly trusting in others. Even if they've been around you a very long time, even if you used to resonate with them for a really long time, maybe they just don't resonate anymore. Maybe you're learning how to trust yourself more than you trust anybody else. Even if you did trust them, you have to trust yourself first. Thank you, but no thank you. I appreciate you, but no thank you. Maybe you're learning how to consider others. Maybe you had a choice of action because the divine was blessing you with all of this protection and all of this light and all of this abundance, and you made a choice that was not in consideration of someone else. That it wasn't a win-win for both of you. And so the universe is like, where did you slip? Because even the smallest details matter. Some of them will set you back more than others. Just be aware. When we move into October, we get the Nine of Wands with the Ace of Cups. This is feeling at your wit's end, right, with the Nine of Wands, the Wounded Warrior card. This is having your guard up. So now that you realized your error, you've got your guard up, you're protecting yourself, and you're absolutely filling up your self-love in the heart space. Your mind is guarded. You're not allowing other people to manipulate your thoughts with ideas of what you should or shouldn't do. Banking on other people to do things for you or make things happen for you. This is about being able to take initiative, no matter how long of a process it's been, and truly filling up your cup so that it overflows. Finding this brand new love of self, the dove coming in to bless this cup, getting ready to overflow into the collective pond. You've overcome some kind of hurdle from May through September. And you're filling up your cup, and the divine is helping you do that. And no sooner than you do that, because now you're moving back into that vibration from the beginning of the year where you were out of self-sabotage and you were trusting yourself and all this stuff. You're about to shine. You're about to let the train take back off full speed. And someone's like, wait. Because in November, we get the Judgment card with the Five of Cups. The resurrection of something that doesn't feel good. Feeling trapped, feeling like a fish in a fishbowl. You have all this self-love, but you don't know how to get to your big vision fast enough. Don't worry about how far away the vision is. You take one step at a time. I think it was Jack Canfield that said, picture driving down a highway at night, and you got your lights on, your high beams on, and you can only see so many feet in front of you. You can't see the entire road from the East Coast to the West Coast, but you can see the next 10, 20 feet in front of you. And that's all you need to see. You don't need to see the whole path. You just have to know that the path is there and that if you follow it, you will get there by default because you're moving forward. And you know, with the direction that you're getting in your internal GPS, the divine guide inside of your heart space and what feels good and what doesn't, you know how to get there. And so you will. And so you will. You are not some big, beautiful fish in a little teeny bowl. You're on the precipice of being released by your heart space into the ocean. You're being released into the collective to see your true value. You're right there. So when you go through this energy, when you might be doubting yourself, when you might be doubting your authenticity, well, maybe I'm not as special as I thought I was. Come December, you're going to have to decide. With the Father of Wands and the Strength card in the reverse, whether or not you're going to let your mind get the best of you and break you. Are you going to jump into the ego to a fault? Are you going to go back into an old persona or an old version of self? Or are you going to get that lightning ping from the divine to please trust? Please trust the next 10 feet. I know you can't see miles and miles and miles ahead of steps, but please just trust the step as it's resonating right in front of you. That if you follow every step as it resonates with your feel good and a fuck yeah, I could do that, that feels good to do that, that you will get there. Please trust. Tell the mind to shut up for a moment. Don't get sucked back into the persona. Don't get sucked back into what everybody expects you to be. Don't not commit to yourself, especially around the holidays when we feel obligated to be a certain someone and show up for certain people and show up at certain places. If you're not vibing with it, just don't do it. It's okay. Whoever it is, they'll live. Don't shut off your heart space to appease the mind. Just trust. Because this year, as a seed, it is about breaking through the darkness and into the light. You're removing anything and everything inside your mind and being that would prevent you from being and continuing authentically. You never have to settle for anything that doesn't feel good, no matter what it is or who it concerns. No, I'm sorry, I can't make it over there for the holiday, but, I might be around afterwards. We can always link up and connect then. Maybe I'll mail you your gift or mail you your card. I'm just not feeling it today. Whatever your truth is, stick to that. Because as the year ends and we move into a fresh slate in 2021, you have to remember your new version. Not the old version of you, 1.0 or 2.0. but the new version of you that's 3.0 or 4.0. However many times you've reinvented yourself. And stick with your new version, knowing that your new version is going to get more upgrades. Knowing it's going to receive more downloads. Knowing that it's going to be like, oh, that's why I went through all of that, right? Because hindsight is 20/20. There's a reason for everything. And as you progress forward, you are going to realize in hindsight that everything that happened this year was to get you to break through the surface. Everything that you lost or everything that triggered you was to propel you forward on your authentic mission here in the highest, so that you're not blocking your inner GPS anymore, that you know to trust yourself. And why? Because when you don't listen to how your heart feels at any given time, for any given reason, known or unknown to you, some kind of shit hits the fan. We don't want shit to hit the fan. And so we will never doubt ourselves again. We will never doubt our intuition again. We will never doubt the divine that speaks to us through how we feel in our heart. What excites you? What brings you joy? What makes you smile? What are you passionate about? What are you interested in? What can you read about for hours? What can you talk about for hours? What can you research and be fascinated? Do those things and be around people that support you in that energy. And anything and anyone else can just temporarily just stay over there. Respectfully, we're not in alignment right now. I'm moving full speed ahead and I can't keep stopping my train for all this shit. I love you, but I'm sorry. I gotta go. I can't. I'm doing me. I can't commit to your shit right now. I am busy doing me. Living in my soul spark and my soul fire in the highest. And if people don't like that persona and it triggers their egos, oh well. There's a reason why they're being triggered. If they're angry at you in the divine mirror that is life, how are they angry at themselves? If they're accusing you of being selfish, how is them demanding your light, time, and energy being selfish? If they're saying, well, you're abandoning me, you're not here for me, how are they not being there for themselves? How are they abandoning their own authenticity? By you being able to claim your own, it forces other people with ripple to find theirs. That is the beauty of trusting your inner GPS. And so if you know this in advance and you have caught this message in divine time, this is how you break your program. This is how you crack your karma from this lifetime and any. Listening to how you feel, doing what you want to do, and not doing what you don't want to do. Because it either feels good to do it or it doesn't. It either feels good not to do it or it doesn't feel good to not do it. If you have shit you need to do on your to-do list in your mind, write your to-do list and put it down on paper. Make it a point to get it done. Divine order, one step at a time. Put your headlights on, you're driving through the dark. Just take it one step at a time. If something stands in your way, go around it, keep moving. Don't stop. It is the best advice that me and my angels and my guides can deliver for you with this message. You're building the foundation of the rest of your life. A life that is of your authentic being and purpose here. and no ripple is too small, and no wave that you make is too big. Your authenticity is beautiful. If any of you want more information from me or guidance from me outside of this reading, I post every day on Facebook, every day. I post the cosmic currencies here on YouTube in the community board every day. You can receive that guidance from me every day to help you discern through the energies that you know what you're up against in the collective around you, so that you can keep your third eye open and take it how it resonates for you. I'm here always. My information's in the description, all of it. So until next time, guys, Divine Rebel Racey signing off. Remember always, love each other, and most importantly, love yourself. Love wins. Take care.